MacVoices is supported by ATTO, the power behind the storage. Visit atto.com to learn more. Hi, I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices at Macstock 2019. Folks, I'd like to introduce you to Lydia Huzij. She is a first-time Macstock attendee. More importantly, she's an entrant into the Macstock Film Festival, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Lydia, welcome. It's great to see you.
Hi.
So, first time at Macstock. What inspired you to come?
Well, I came with my dad, who I'm not exactly sure how he found it, but we've been an Apple family for as long as I can remember, and so I particularly love Apple products, so that's why I decided to come with it.
Okay, so first of all, I love the fact that you described it as an Apple family. That's great. You are 16 years old, though. So hanging out with your dad and with a bunch of geeks does not sound like maybe something a 16-year-old girl would want to do.
Well, I mean, they're not me. Most people are not me.
Good point. So you decided to put an entry into the Macstock Film Festival that Wally Cherwinski is running. Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, so it is a drawing sped up that I did on Notability that is of a Mac computer that I drew during the 500th episode of Mac Power Users, actually, when I was in the audience. And I took that drawing and I did a little window of that with all of the names of the presenters. And it was a neat idea, and so I made a video and entered it in.
So obviously you paid attention to Kirsten Sia's sketchnoting presentation, which sort of starts it out, and it might be the best example of understanding sketchnoting that I've seen yet.
Thank you.
So what do you have artistic talent, or do you consider yourself having artistic talent?
I do not consider myself having artistic talent.
You're wrong.
I can use Notability well, let's say that.
Okay, so yeah, folks, what I'm going to do is I'm going to embed the video here so you can take a look at it, and then we'll come back first and talk with Lydia just a little more. Lydia, that's very inspiring. I mean, I feel like maybe even I could do that, and believe me, I have no artistic talent. So which iPad, and obviously you were using an Apple Pencil, which iPad?
I use the iPad Pro, the 12.9-inch, and it's the new Apple Pencil.
Now, not being familiar with Notability completely, did you edit it in iMovie, or are those features built into Notability?
So the all the drawing stuff I did in Notability, and then I took it over to iMovie, and I tried to speed it up, but unfortunately on the iPad you can only speed it up to double the amount of time, and since I do not own a laptop, it's the one thing I don't have, and I don't have a watch. But I use LumaFusion, which we had gotten a couple months previously, and that you're able to speed it up to 6 times the amount of speed, so that got it much faster and got it down into 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Which I think was somewhere around Wally's requirement for putting these in.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Okay, so you've took me somewhere I'm surprised at. LumaFusion. How much experience have you had with LumaFusion?
Not much, but I do have more experience with Final Cut Pro on my Mac at home.
Okay, and so that translates over to you learning LumaFusion?
Yes.
Okay. So folks, you should be inspired by this. This is what someone did while sitting at Macstock, just looking, doodling. Well, not doodling, sketchnoting. Sorry, Kirsten. And we've had LumaFusion on the show, as you well know. So it just gives you an idea of what someone can do with it just that easily. Lydia, is there a way for folks to contact you if they'd like to congratulate you or offer any thoughts or have questions?
Well, my email address is astronomy23@icloud.com, so you can contact me there.
Lydia, thanks so much. It's a real pleasure.
Thank you.
Folks, we'll have more from Macstock 2019. I hope you're as inspired by just this short little discussion as I am now. I got to go check out Notability. Until the next time, thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you Mac Voices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.